Welcome to There's a Musical for That.
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 And if you like cellar dwellers
And trapdoor lovers.
there's a musical for that.
And if you like mermaids, crabs, and guppies, fly. There's a musical for that.
If you like fan of the opera fan fiction, there's a musical for that.
If you like falling in love and broken hearts, and establishing your dreams and then having them dashed, and duels, there's a musical for that.
And it's called Wicked.
And it's called Little Mermaid Live.
It's called Hamilton.
And it's called Dogfight.
And it's called Fan of the Opera 2, Love Never Died.
Welcome to There's a Musical for That.
Welcome to There's a Musical for That, the podcast where we prove there's a musical for every situation. I'm Kayla.
I'm Tiffany.
And if you like cellar dwellers
And trapdoor lovers.
there's a musical for that, and it's called Phantom of the Opera. What year did this come out?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, we'll figure it out later. This is
also...
the second special guest episode, and we have two guests. Carly, who you've heard about before. Hi, Carly.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. And Michelle, hi.
Hi, guys.
Yay. How do you feel to be on our super popular podcast?
Oh, could not be more stoked.
So
Are you
excited.
starstruck by us?
I was very starstruck.
Do you see us differently now that we're famous?
It's hard to see you at all for all the shine.
Oh.
You have to wear shades.
Pretty much.
So we're talking about the Phantom of the Opera, as I just said, and I forgot to watch this. So I will be unprepared, but we're going to talk about it.
But you've seen it before.
I saw it before when you made me that time.
It's a good thing that me and Carly are going to make up for it with pure,
yeah.
That's why we have two guests.
Good
love.
thing I pretty much have it memorized.
I will be a negative
so
to
good.
this, so we needed two positives to cancel out my negative. Okay, who wants to give the synopsis?
The
Guests?
full synopsis?
Just a quick synopsis.
Okay.
What happens?
I just looked it up. The movie came out in 2004.
Such a
Starring
good guess.
Gerard Butler.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
but it was a
you're awesome.
Broadway... Okay.
We're
so
talking about the
we-
movie.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. All of Phantom of the Opera from
We
all
can do
time
that
ever.
afterwards. This is so well prepared.
I mean, the book
Library.
came out a long time ago.
2000 what, you said?
And Michelle
Let
read
me
the
tell
book.
you.
Oh, Lord.
As did
Michelle's going to
Tiffany.
read this.
Yes, I have read the book.
I read the book a long time ago, but I forgot like all of it.
I didn't forget all of it, but I did read it quite a while ago. Freshman high school days, which was, 2005? Yeah.
Good times.
Wow.
We just
youngins.
aged ourselves. Michelle, you're like 2 years older than us. Shut your mouth. What year did you say this movie came out?
2004.
Oh,
Okay, 2004.
1910.
1910.
The book came out.
Cool. So we're talking about mainly going to talk about the 2004 movie with Emmy Rossum and Gerard Butler. Is anybody else popular in this movie? Oh, Patrick Wilson, who plays Raoul. He's in
Wasn't
movies.
Carlotta?
Oh, Minnie Driver.
Yeah.
Oh, she's from that movie with the heart, you know? She's a heart transplant patient, and she
Okay.
falls in love with this guy.
That's nice. That's not a musical.
Whatever. That's where I know her
there's
from.
Rainbow, the musical.
So synopsize it.
Want to go for it?
A synopsis of the Phantom of the Opera. It centers around a young woman by the name of Christine Daae, who lost her father when she was quite young. Her father was a famous violinist.
You are.
And she was sent to live at the opera in Paris, France. She's originally of Danish origin. Anyway, she grows up in the opera, and a mysterious angel of music continues to teach her how to sing. Just like that. It's coming.
It's constantly happening.
When she comes of age, she finds herself on stage due to the the
mysterious
soprano
circumstances.
stomps off.
Prima donna gets taken out.
Yeah,
That's Minnie
Carlotta.
Driver in the movie, right?
Indeed.
She's
Minnie
like,
Driver. Yeah, she's like, these things do happen.
These things do happen.
Until these things stop happening, this thing does not happen.
Is that because the Phantom sabotaging stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's,
So he
like,
keeps messing
dropping
with it, and
sandbags
then she
from the
gets sick
ceiling.
of
He
it.
doesn't like
Yeah.
her.
Nope, he never did.
So, and Christine's just in the chorus.
Until then.
Yeah.
And then she gets her moment on stage. Her childhood lover
Raoul.
sees her, Raoul,
Patrick Wilson.
casually, and is like,
Super rich guy.
never stop
The
loving
new
her.
patron.
Yes, with the ingenue. And they reconnect, but the Phantom doesn't like that.
No. Gets a little jealous.
Yeah, he tries to control her life from there on out, separating the young lovers. And there's a couple murders. There's a masquerade party. There's a lot more drama, some more singing, and eventually it comes to a head. And he steals Christine Daae and takes her down
Kidnaps
his
is
yes.
what that.
when you steal a person.
His dungeon.
Into his lakeside abode underneath the opera.
Actual underground lake.
Indeed.
Fancy.
And then Raoul comes to save her. And then, you know what turns out in the end? Meg saves everyone.
Yeah.
Yay, Meg.
Puts on some pants,
Yay.
saves
Girl
everyone.
power.
Come on,
Also,
girl power.
Rule the
In
world.
reverse, Meg's her best friend. Christine's best friend.
And the daughter of the.
Madame Giry.
Yes.
Owner of, is that the
No,
owner?
the
She's
ballet
just-
instructor's
yeah.
mistress.
And Madame Geary is kind of like in cahoots with the Phantom because she found him getting beat up as a kiddo
Okay.
in a
according to
circus.
the movie.
Per se.
According to the movie, in the
but-
book she doesn't really.
Yeah, she pities him and she wants to give
Yes,
him a
but
better life.
also fears him to the
Yes.
appropriate amount.
Yeah.
So
She's-
in the movie, he was a circus child, right? He was like a devil child.
Yeah.
Is that in the book?
No, in the book, he was abandoned by his mother to a group of gypsies who traveled across all throughout. He was kind of from like Eastern Europe, so somewhere on the border of Russia. He ends up in the Middle East and then runs a torture chamber for the Sultana, which is one of the Sultan's wives. And then he kills too many people. Becomes a liability because he made this like crazy complex torture chamber that only he and the Sultan knew how to get into, and the Sultan was like, I need to get you, like I need to take you out
So it
because
can be
only
your
I
own.
want to get into here. And it's like this crazy moving castle thing. So the captain of his guards was charged with killing him, and he felt bad for him. Eric is the Phantom's name. And so he takes Eric out of there, and they travel together to Paris to live a quiet life. And
That's where he ends up.
that's he ended up living underneath the opera.
Like you do.
He got contracted. He worked for the opera and was building the opera house in the beginning. That's how
That's
he
why
has
all
all
those
his trap
Fun
doors,
secret back.
tunnels, and all
secret.
that
That's
jazz.
why you should do background checks, people.
Indeed.
Before you hire.
Literal background behind walls. Are you back there? Is it you?
Before dead bodies, who knows?
We're in a secret room right now that nobody knew was here.
Yeah,
So
I learned about it today.
there's a hole that leads to outside, maybe. Who knows?
If you're tall enough, yeah.
Big ladder. Okay, so how does this differ? How does the movie differ from the book? In any key ways besides what you just told us about the backstory?
Backstory. Well, in the backstory, Christine was always a singer.
She
When she
wasn't
was a
a
young
dancer.
child, she toured with her father to like different fairgrounds and such, and then he would play the violin and she would sing. And then once he died, she lost her will to live, basically. And that's when her father always told her all these stories about the angel of music. And when she started hearing voices, she's like, "Oh, naturally, it's the angel of music. He's coming to talk to me." Let's see. She's the ward of someone named Mama Valerius, who had taken in her father and her because they were quite poor, and they were kind of their patrons, but they would live with them. And
That's the thing else, and she and Meg weren't friends at all in the
they
book.
weren't friends at all. Also, Meg apparently jaundiced and ugly. Jaundice, where's the word? Also, Madame Giry, not the ballet manager. She just happened to clean one of the boxes that the opera Ghost, the Phantom, liked using, and he left her sweets and occasionally
Sweets
a
for
couple
my sweet.
cents.
Why didn't you kidnap her?
And
Do it for that
they
candy.
made a huge point about how hideous she is. She has 3 teeth.
There can
and
only
she
be
spits
one
them out.
beautiful woman in this
This
book.
book, what jerk?
Gaston Leroux.
We know about
There can
Gaston.
only be one pretty woman.
Gaston's a bad name. For
Only
bad
one
people.
beautiful woman in anything that Gaston is a fan of.
Rude.
That's Christine, and everyone else
Oh,
apparently is ugly.
and then in the beginning, Raoul, you said like Raoul in the movie, she notices Raoul first. She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's my crush. He's back." And in the book, you said he kept coming. He's like, "You remember me?" And she's like, "No, bitch, leave. Like, leave me alone. Get out of my room."
Basically, yeah, like he's trying to meet up with her all the time. He sees her long before her like great debut, and he's like trying to get backstage. He's also the Viscount, so
The what?
Rich dude.
he's a rich dude.
He's a Viscount.
Yeah, he's
American.
Oh, Viz account. I know that word.
A Viz account?
A Viz account?
He's the next in line to be the Count. He's got an older brother who is alive and actually is murdered by the Phantom in the book, who is also dating another chorus girl.
The Phantom is?
No, his older brother.
Phantom
It's like,
side piece.
Wow.
Raoul's older brother.
He gets around.
Man, these guys really love the opera.
Yeah, they do, and they go hang out in the back all the time to talk to the chorus girls, and she won't talk to Raoul at all. But it's not because she doesn't love him, which is what I originally thought. It's
Oh.
because she's trying to protect him from the Phantom.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Just like the Phantom won't like it.
Don't want him to get murdered.
So, yeah. There's that. There's a character completely left out of the movie called the Persian, who is actually the main plot mover later in the book. So, like, after she gets kidnapped, Raoul is like, where is she? And goes and talks to the managers, and they're like, oh, your brother totally abducted her because he didn't want you to marry her, and now they're driving across Paris. And so he's like running out of the opera house like crazy. He's gonna get on a horse and go chase them across Paris. And this guy, the Persian, stops him and is like, what are you doing? Would your brother set a trapdoor on stage to kidnap this girl to take her away from you in a carriage with himself to another part of the city? And he's like, well, that doesn't really make sense. He's like, no, the Phantom took her. He's like, yeah, that seems more likely. So they go on this adventure together with the Persian leading the way the whole time to go and get into the Phantom's house. And the Persian turns out to have been the captain of the guards from wherever obscure, didn't actually name it, place in the Middle East where he was running the torture chambers.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But he felt responsible because he helped him live, just like Madame Giry does in the movie, and then feels like he needs to like control him, which is why he's trying to help Raoul get Christine back. And yeah,
Good guy Persian.
good guy person.
Version.
Yeah, he feels really bad about what he did.
So, since you guys have seen several versions, have you seen several versions of this?
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite version, Tiffany? Start.
Obviously a live one. I've seen it twice live, once at the Fox in St. Louis, and then the second time was this past summer at the Performing Arts Center in Denver. And the St. Louis one, I believe I saw it in 2009. Unfortunately, I can't tell you the names of any of the performers. I still have the playbill back home, but I didn't bring it with me. Was by far my favorite. So if you were performing at the Fox in 2009, you did an amazing job.
Tiffany's a big fan.
Yes, except if you happen to be the Meg stand-in, because the main Meg couldn't make it that night.
Bird. You could use some work. I think that's what the nicest thing.
Yeah, I was.
Continue pursuing your craft.
Yes.
Feedback.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Carly.
Okay, let's see. So, movie, obviously, and then I saw it once in San Francisco and once in London. I know, that was fun. I think the London one, we were like in like the third row for some reason. So that was my favorite, especially because like the chandelier comes out and you're just like, oh. Like actually being there under this like giant chandelier flying out.
Do you know
it's
a
live. It's so
Viscount?
cool.
A Viscount?
A Vicomte?
Is your dad a Viscount?
Who works for Google? Is that good?
I didn't know he worked for
Almost.
I didn't know that either.
much.
Carly has a lot of secrets.
I'm full of Phantom, I'm full of secrets. My favorite one about the London one though, I was like not necessarily the music, but like acting wise, like in All I Ask of You, like Raoul and Christine are super close and just singing into each other's faces. And Raoul just like huge loogie just flies right in her eye. And like just like, a lot of
That's
stuff.
your favorite
And we're
part?
like, no, we're like the second row, right? And Christine does not flinch, dang it. She just like sings it on through, and I was like so impressed with her. So sorry, it's not really. Oh, Mike almost went down.
Your mic's like,
Mike was
too much.
too excited about.
I mean, it was very disgusting.
I'm out. Yeah. So probably London one, just the whole experience.
What
was
theater
great.
did you see it at?
I have no memory
The London
of this
theater?
place. There's a lot of them.
Is there one?
The Circle World
There's
Theater?
generally-
The Globe. There we go.
Oh, I have been to the Globe Theater, but it was not there because that would be weird.
Oh,
It's very tiny.
That's a Shakespeare place.
Indeed.
Michelle.
My favorite edition of the Phantom of the Opera is the 2004 movie with Gerard Butler. He is so good
He
as the
did
Phantom.
an amazing
Yeah.
job.
And I really like Amy Rossum and what she brings to it, like a more innocent, like less cultured opera singer, more like, I guess it's more pop music, but it's also like it's got less of the vibrato.
She's a better kind of ingenue figure.
Yeah,
What
I've
is
also seen it in theaters a couple times, just at the Fox in St. Louis.
Yes, I will agree that the movie is fantastic. Sometimes
So
the
good.
movies of musicals come out and you're like, oh, but no, this one was very well done. Very talented
Really
cast.
beautiful.
I've only seen the movie.
So
And
in
like
theater,
the-
it follows the movie plotline, not the book.
Yeah.
So they're all following the same plotline
Okay,
of
so
the characters.
yeah, for me they're all pretty close. I've always
Yeah.
seen it's just a really awesome musical. Isn't there like a song they sing in the live version that's not in the movie though? I feel like there's.
I feel like that
think
sounds
so.
plausible.
It's totally plausible.
I could be.
I just can't remember it.
Not right.
There's a
I feel
few,
there's
like the
definitely a-
chandelier in the movie comes down at the end, where it comes down in the middle of the live
And very soon
the
in the book,
intermission.
stage. Yeah.
yeah,
mhm.
very early in the book, the chandelier crashes down. It's really
Yeah.
not even connected to any kind of climactic.
Because it's not a set
event.
piece, because
Yeah.
it's a book. It's
Yeah.
not just like
And
chandelier.
then, of course, they have to change a couple of the words in the masquerade song afterwards from the stage show to the movie because it references the chandelier in the stage show
Because of
to a
where
new
it's placed.
chandelier, a prosperous year, and a new chandelier.
Good
And it's
memory.
not- yeah,
She's seen this a lot.
the summer before high school, when I read the book, I also watched this movie every single day,
And I do believe that's when you forced me to watch it also.
So
probably.
good though.
You've only seen this once during
Oh,
high
under
school?
duress.
In under duress.
First time I saw this, I listened to the soundtrack like on repeat for like
I really like
weeks.
that masquerade song. I saw it
See,
once and
It's been stuck in our head all day
in my
today.
mind.
Michelle and I have been singing it while we were working.
I saw it for the first time in high school, hated the masquerade song, loved every other part of it, and never wanted to see it again. And then I had a college roommate who was not so for musicals, like somebody we know. And now I am too.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I was inundated, and now it's my favorite musical of all time.
My cousins and I, every time we had a big like family gathering, we'd all like pick a musical and watch it. So the first one was Grease, and we'd read a family gathering for like a week. We'd watch it over and over again and sing all the songs and stuff. So Phantom of the Opera was one of those, and
Very good.
it's good times.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't watch it. I think I just didn't. And it wasn't in a movie. And I watched a lot of them on VHS, like Cats and Joseph, etc. I had them on VHS.
Joseph. I've only seen my church did a version of Joseph.
Have you
It
not
was still
seen
fun
Joseph?
though. No, it's
With
only
Donny Osmond?
No.
I never have,
You
but I
are?
heard about your sister
Yeah.
and how much she loves
Oh,
it.
man. I
She's gonna
enjoyed your
stalk him
podcast on
and
it.
marry him.
That was
She
hilarious.
probably already is. Right now.
You guys should do Jesus Christ Superstar also. That is a
Jesus
weird.
Christ.
So
But so there's two
70s.
versions. Tiffany's seen the 70s
Yeah.
version. I saw the newer version.
I've only seen the new
Oh.
version.
And I like the newer version. When I see the 70s version, I'm like, this is weird. And when she
Oh, no,
sees
wait,
the new
wait.
version, she's
I've
like,
only
this is
seen the old
weird.
one.
Well, I don't like the 70s version, so I didn't.
Oh,
like, it was really awful. I didn't finish
Yes.
A lot of people like it, but I was
Okay,
like, why are they
well,
outside?
well,
Because I'm used to them being
it. We're
inside.
off topic.
Sorry.
That's
She's
okay.
back on it.
The people care about what we're talking about. The people being me because I'm our number one listener. I
That
love
is
it.
true, actually.
That is true. Tiffany doesn't listen to this podcast, so if you know her in real life, you should guilt her for that.
I
Unfortunately.
speak on the podcast, though.
But I could be editing out all of your parts. You would never know.
She can give you monster voice over times.
I could give you monster voice.
All right.
Back on
Okay,
topic.
so favorite part of the movie version? Go circle, round robin.
So after they were singing the "All I Ask of You" song, after they ran up to the top,
When it's in
and
snow and stuff.
yes, and then they go back inside, and the Phantom sings the part, "Well, you will curse the day you did not do all that the Phantom asked of you." Like his voice is just so perfect, and it's so loud, and he's just
Yeah.
like, "Oh!" And it was pretty awesome. That was also my favorite part in the live part that I saw it in St. Louis too. Like that just, I felt like the Phantom was looking right at me and singing into my soul, and I was like, "I love you, and I wish you."
Would kidnap me.
Well, I wish you weren't crazy.
Well, you're a terrible
I don't-
person. You were not a
Yeah.
psychotic murderer.
Yes.
Because it would be
You
really
can't win
nice
them
if
all.
this worked
Yeah.
out.
You have to compromise in love.
Oh man.
Definitely, it's the music that gets me in this one.
Every song is so good. I think for me, it's that first. We're both like the live and the movie. It's that first scene where like the chandelier sweeps up,
Yeah.
and then it's just like dun, 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 dun. It just gives
The
you chills
overture.
every time. Just like goes right into it, and it's just like
Yeah,
as like the
like-
montage and
yeah.
everything kind of getting like
Yeah.
On
going
the
back in
stage,
time.
do they do that where it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
dusty and then they make it not dusty? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole
It's pretty amazing.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
For me, I think it's the music of the night. the duet between Christine and the Phantom, and it has a lot of that reprises of the overture in it, which is that like just that powerful organ, so good. And then especially in the movie version, I feel like their voices like just meld so well, and it kind of, you see all of Emmy Rossum's like spectrum as she like pushes herself in different ways, and then like Gerard Butler is just being extra phantom-y.
He's in a rock band, is he not?
Is he?
I think that's why he was picked, wasn't
No.
I have no idea.
You go
Google.
on. I got this.
To the internet.
I would say my favorite part is the masquerade part because I like theatrics. You were
Oh man.
irritating me.
I'm helping. I'm providing.
face so the world can never
Oh
find.
man.
What are you
I want to go to a masquerade.
I only know masquerade. Is that this?
No.
What is that
Get
from?
out of here.
You're making
Something
you're making
something in the
things up right now.
parade. Is that this?
Masquerade.
Something about a parade.
That's not this movie.
Oh no,
It
faces
is,
on
but the way
parade,
that
yeah.
you said it was not correct.
A little bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems just beautiful.
Well, whatever.
It is. I also love all the imagery in Prima Donna. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, she has her drinking out of her shoe.
Yeah, and she
Just,
like
all
forces
the
them
dogs.
to. They were like, nope, and she's like, do it. Put that shoe up to your mouth.
I won't hum this song because some people don't appreciate it.
I just don't like it when you do it when people are talking.
It's the background noise. It's the background music. It's awesome.
Okay, keep going.
First result is Gerard Butler in a kilt
Oh,
Uh-huh.
good.
in a band. Go on.
He is in a band?
Nope, nope.
Just
Oh, is it
asking.
the
know
guy
yet. I don't
from
know yet.
Les Mis who everybody hated, Russell Crowe? I think he might be in a band.
He definitely is.
Okay, and that's why they're like,
That
you're
was
good for
rough.
this movie.
I didn't
I
hate
thought it
him.
was
I
just
didn't
okay.
appreciate the movie, but I don't hate any of the people who were in it.
You're just so nice. He's probably not.
She's
very
not trying to make any enemies on the internet.
Probably
Except
wise.
for that one Meg girl who's probably actually from St. Louis now.
Lurking around at any moment. She's gonna
I'm
pop up.
sorry. Maybe
She's gonna turn into a Phantom
it
of the
was
Opera.
It was my ears. Okay, it wasn't you. It was
Nobody
me.
knows what we look
She
like.
was sick that day. Gerard Butler not continuously in a band, once did at a time in his life when he was young. The band was called Speed.
It's cute.
Is he the guy who's in? Is he the guy who's in the movie where the lady's husband dies and he sends her all those tapes?
P.S. I love you.
Is that him?
Yes.
Okay.
He's also in the 300.
Oh yeah, he's nice.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
duh.
for a couple years after The Phantom of the Opera came out, I also stalked anyone who had anything to do with it. So do know
What was
P.S.
it?
I
So you
love
wanted
you.
to be really like live the Phantom of the Opera.
I
You
Start
were the Phantom. Oh, the Phantom of the Opera.
She became the
Phantom of the St. Louis
Phantom of
metropolitan area. That's her.
There she is.
What else was Emmy? I know Emmy Rossum was in something else, and I can't.
The Day
not
After
that
Tomorrow.
Well, that's not what I'm thinking. She's in something.
She's not singing that though.
Some sort of like Mystic River thing or whatever. She was in some.
Mystic River.
She was like a witch in something.
It was Mystic River.
I've never heard of this.
You really are the Phantom.
I thought she was on some teen TV show or something.
She also has a couple albums out.
Is she Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yes,
Oh, she was Bulma.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You guys would
Let's move
know.
on. Let's not talk about that.
She was also in Passionata.
Whatever.
Oh,
Emmy,
I
how
know about
dare
that.
you? How dare you
It's just.
think that you could be Bulma?
But you did such a good job as Christine in
She
Phantom
did.
of
With
the
that blue
Opera.
streak
in her
You
hair.
were amazing.
Yeah. It's perfect.
And I really like your albums.
She was on the cover of 17 magazine.
She
I think that's
was.
what I'm
I
thinking.
do remember that.
Because I had that one. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Who are you?
Did
Did we talk about our favorite songs already?
Yes.
Was it? No, I
We
didn't.
said we talked about the
Favorite
favorite
moment,
part.
but
Yeah.
is that
Favorite song.
is that your favorite song? I like the is it Music of the Night, the one you and Paul sing?
Yeah.
I love like all the songs.
Yes. That is Music of the Night.
Yeah.
That's kind of the classic one in my opinion from the show.
I don't know. I love the main one. Just still, just like all the the like kind of like random jazzy 80s guitars in it. It's so good.
Like synthetic synths. Can you give me some synths?
that really screams 1910 to me.
Guitar.
Bait him on a
Can we
guitar.
work in a keyboard necktie in here?
That one. I love Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
How does that
So
go?
good.
I should probably not sing it that way. Just singing it and not ringing a bell. Dad's in the cemetery, but her dad
Okay, there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this whole movie
It's
in
a
the
lot of-
wintertime?
It
No.
would seem so.
I think it is. From my perspective, from my perspective, this movie was in the winter and it starts and everything's dusty and old, and then the lights come up and it's not anymore, and then it snows.
Pretty much sums it up.
Belt it out, girl.
No.
Quietly belting it out.
Nobody listens to this
I am
podcast.
silent belting.
Yes.
I listen to this podcast.
Whisper belting.
Carly
best
does
kind of
listen to
belting.
this.
I listen to it.
You do listen to this. So you just hear yourself.
Yeah,
We have
great.
so many fans.
They're all here in this room.
Yeah. Mine is Tiffany. She's not a fan. She sends us hate mail.
I do not.
I'm just joking.
Oh man.
Is there anything else anybody wants to say about this?
We loved Christine's nightgowns.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'd
her
like it-
nightwear, her
yeah.
loungewear.
We'd like to put it on record that every woman owns a nightgown like that. Totally.
Yeah, every
That's
woman's
it.
like, you know what? I'm staying in for the night. Not going out with you, Raul. Not going out for this crazy night. I'm gonna stay in and have a nice, calm time. I'm gonna put on my corset and I'm gonna put on my lace robe with my thigh-high slit.
and a whole train behind her. So-
It's like got a bigger train than a wedding dress. And she's like, yeah, this thigh-high slit makes it really comfortable. It's nice to have such a
If you
wide
can't be
range of
sexy in your own
movement.
home, where can you be sexy?
And you know, she's like going out to visit her father's grave. She's like, you know what? Just throw a cloak over it. Yeah, then we're good.
Oh, I need a good cloak.
Oh, yeah, so many good things.
Yeah, other thing about the movie is we both felt, me and Carly, that Meg was the unsung hero.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when Christine's in trouble, she's always looking out for Christine, for one. She's like, you seem a little off. Tell me about things. I'm sorry. Angels don't sing to you.
Yeah, and she's like,
You're,
dude, you have a problem.
yeah, it's like,
Where in the world have you been hiding?
Exactly. She like looks after her.
I only know that one part.
She's encouraging. She's just great.
Oh, that's so nice. I only wish I knew your
Sing the whole-
secrets. Who is your great tutor?
Then she gets real concerned because Christine's like this voice, and you're like, honey.
Must have been dreaming.
Stop been drinking.
she's like 14. Crazy.
children?
No, I mean, you know, in all of these things, they're
Like
basically
16 or
children. She's
something.
Like the Little
probably around
Mermaid
16.
when Ariel's
Yeah.
like a child.
It's
So,
like you should
yeah.
really pump the brakes a little bit.
He makes the first one to say there's a problem, and then believes Christine when Christine is also like, oh my gosh, there's actually a problem.
Yeah.
And then Raul goes tries to save her. Doesn't bring any weapons.
Doesn't tell
Doesn't
anyone.
tell anyone. Gets caught.
even keep his hand
Yeah.
at the level
does,
of
does
his
not
eyes.
do the one thing he's
thing.
supposed to.
No weapons. Can't even run around
Yeah.
like this.
Can't even hold his freaking arm out. Gets caught like a minute in. And then Meg goes and gets a whole, one girl puts on pants, knee-high boots. She goes like a torch and a whole armed mob and freaking raids the place.
Nice. Girl power.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Like,
yeah, at
I
the
was saying
end-
she and Meg should run off together and just start their own opera and be best friends.
Or you
you
know,
do
a feminist girl
or
band.
that, yeah. Yes.
Pirates and Penzance. I don't know. That sounds manly.
Yeah. So the Phantom has Raul trapped. He's got him tied up, and he's like, "You must choose life with me, or I'll kill him." He's like, "Marry me, or I kill the man you actually love." And she's like, "Fine, I hate you. It's not your ugly face; it's your ugly soul. But I'm gonna stay here to save my love." And the Phantom's considering this, and then you hear off in the distance that there's
Meg brought a freaking army with
like an
her.
army, and they're all chanting, "This murderer, he must be found." And so they're running down with their torches, and he's like, "Go now, and leave me."
Bye, Felicia.
Exactly. He's like, "GTFO, guys, you're free to go."
He's like, just kidding.
Meg for life.
He's like, you can't take a joke. I'm just joking. So serious.
Yeah, when I murdered half those people, it was just for laughs.
Just for-
Everyone else thought it was
It
fun.
was an accident. God. It's not like you're perfect.
Oh man.
So yeah, Meg really actually is the hero of the Phantom of the Opera. The hero of the opera.
Yeah.
Do you think so? The lady who originated Christine is, oh my gosh,
You
what is
just
her
said her
name?
name.
I know, I'm blanking.
Schnickeldoot.
No, that's she's from Pussycat Dolls. Whatever.
The lady in Repo?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. So her,
Summer Bouchard.
no, I forgot.
That didn't help?
I was gonna make a really good point about how her name was Mag in Repo, but I was like, she was playing Christine. She was not playing Meg. Phantom of the Opera, God.
feel like you tried to make that point in
I
the
did.
Repo podcast too.
But I feel like I have been more aware of it. There's a lot of Megs out there in these like supernatural musical.
It's short and sweet and like
Thanks.
edgy. And in the
Okay.
Repo one, I kept calling her Megs because somebody on my team is named Megs.
Yeah.
And you kept saying,
That's
is her
not
name
her
Meg?
name.
Or that's her nickname.
Okay.
She's many
Just want
Megs.
to clarify.
And you kept saying, is her name Blind Mag or Megs? And I was like, it's Meg, duh. And I was like, oh, I keep saying Megs. All
Girl
right.
from the Midwest. It's Meg.
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 Meg. Meg. You want
Or
the
also
Megs?
she.
Meg?
She says yes every
This
day.
has devolved into madness. I think we're good.
Is there
Sign off
anything
now.
else to cover on Phantom? Yeah.
Anybody want to do
there's
some more
so
singing?
much. No, but I want to listen to some more. It's just,
Yeah.
it's
So good. It's some of
Past
my
the point of
favorites.
no return is so good. We didn't talk about that.
Talk
Gosh.
about it. Good. I'll just sit here.
It's really good.
It's so
I don't know.
good.
Can you sing it?
Past the point of no return, no turning back now.
I love just like jumping at other
That was really excellent, guys.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
brought back some memories.
Could write our own musical.
I don't remember it whatsoever.
Oh,
so
that's
good.
that's their like
It's
stage
great.
performance that Christine finally
Gets
was doing
kidnapped
that
during.
huge stage performance.
Don
And-
Juan triumphant.
Yeah, like the Phantom like gets rid of Don Juan, and then he comes out and he's Don Juan on the
Okay,
stage,
that sounds
and that's where
familiar.
Christine rips his mask off in front of the entire audience, and he goes, ah!
He's super
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like running out of their chairs, and you're like, well, how do you even see his face?
Yeah,
You're like in the
idiots.
cheap seats.
Yeah.
Like, you're not scared.
I'm like, I didn't even see it. What did you guys see? I've been waiting this entire time. Because I try and map, like, the first time I watched the movie, I was like, well, he can't be that ugly.
That's what
because
I'm
I'm
saying.
like,
It's like
Yeah,
quarter
he's like,
of
he's
quarters.
freaking Gerard Butler on one side of his
He's
face.
just bad acting.
It's
I know.
literally just
Basically
one quarter
does.
of his face.
like, yeah, it's really just like his eye.
Dude,
but
you're
then
fine.
you rip off the entire rubber thing, and I'm like,
Oh, he had
oh.
rubber
It basically
over
looked like he had a bad burn. It really
And his
wasn't
lip
that
was
bad.
just
No, it wasn't that
If
bad.
he weren't like a
No.
jerk, he would have been fine.
Right, like,
I mean, more than a jerk.
it would not warrant
Yeah.
an
Kind of
audience
asshole.
screaming at you.
Don't
like,
be
that's
a
really
murderer.
rude.
He didn't have that piggy nose like the
Yeah.
Universal movie. and
No,
he's
in the
like-
book he actually has like no nose and just like holes
So
on
he's
his face,
Voldemort?
like
Like
things,
Tyrion
and
was
his
just
eyes
like
are
the
like
origin
really
story for
set back,
Voldemort.
and you can only see his
Really,
eyes
in
at
my
night, and they
mind,
glow.
he's
That's
in the book.
terrifying.
He's just a
What?
skeleton, is what he is.
They
in the
always
book.
describe him as the death's head, and it's
So-
really, it's
You
just
can't
like
see
he
his
has no
eyes?
lips, he has no nose.
How did he get this way?
He was born this way,
Oh, okay.
and
Maybe
his,
I was
his mother's
born this
first
way.
first gift to him was a mask.
He's like Quasimodo. They're both very ugly.
Yeah,
Quasimodo didn't know around
went a
murder
different
people.
path.
Yeah.
He died for love.
He did.
Oh yeah, Phantom
Quasi.
did too.
Not in the
and,
Disney movie.
Yeah.
He lived.
They didn't end up together
With
though.
his-
So he died on the inside.
And they made a sequel, and then he found love too.
Oh yeah.
Reese
Wasn't her
Witherspoon.
name Meg
I don't
in the
know.
sequel?
Maybe. Was she played by Reese
There's lots of
Witherspoon or
Megs.
something?
Most of them are like
Meg
blonde
Ryan.
and
I think she was
practical.
played by
Yeah.
Meg Ryan, actually.
No, Meg
She's played
Ryan
by
is
a-
Anastasia, right?
Is she?
I love
We're gonna
Anastasia.
watch that.
She
Yeah.
is
She doesn't do the
Anastasia.
same, but yeah.
Well, duh.
I don't know.
She can sing.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I believe in you, Meg Ryan.
Let's see.
What
Anything
else?
else?
It's just so good.
I want to be in a masquerade. That's all
In
I'm
the
saying.
movie, it seems as if the Phantom is still alive because when Raoul, this whole idea, all this time has passed, and his dear Christine has died,
He's an
and
old
so
man.
he went to the not the Phantom. He went to the Opera House and went to an auction there and got some of this like memorabilia from the Phantom, basically. A little clapping monkey.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Why
do
would
want
you
that? This
want
is the
that?
worst part of her life.
Creepy.
She really doesn't want that.
Yeah, let's put the memorabilia from my, dead wife's stalker. That would cheer her up in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better. Like,
Yeah.
what?
So he like goes and puts it on her grave, and you see that she has died. And next to it, though, somebody has placed a fancy engagement ring
On a rose, the black
Yeah.
ribbon.
with a rose, which was his trademark.
Yeah.
How old was he by this
She probably
point?
didn't even like roses. Super old.
He was pretty
Like,
old.
Soup's old.
He was probably
So
like
old.
almost 30 to her about 16, 17 years old.
I think she's supposed to be 16.
Whatever.
She was 16 in, like, Emmy Rossum was 16 in real life, so I'm just...
She was not. She was
I'm
old.
pretty sure she was 16 in that movie.
All right.
She looks
to the
old.
internet.
Yes,
But you're
to
saying
the
in the movie that
internet.
happened, but in the book, Phantom died? Is that what you're implying?
Phantom let them go of his own accord. The mob was not coming. He actually had this really elaborate plan to blow up the entire opera house. He was like, "You're gonna marry me, or I blow up everybody in this building.
Oh wow, so
Not
stakes are even
like
higher.
I kill Raul, which
like
he already has killed Raul's brother at that point because his brother went to go save him, and he just drowned him in the lake instead. Off scene. It wasn't really even mentioned until later. He just comes back dripping wet, and he's like, took care of that. But yeah, he has tons of like gunpowder underneath the opera house that he's been saving up, and he was gonna blow it up if she didn't marry him, and he gave her 24 hours to decide, and he changes his mind.
So why?
Oh, but he gives her a wedding ring, and it's like, you can take this off when I die, and he dies of a broken heart. And he tells the Persian to come and check on him every now and then, so that the Persian will know when he's died. The Persian never gets a name, by the way.
Rude.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only
Gaston.
character of color. But you know what? He doesn't need a name. Whatever.
No, he's that guy over there who looks different from the rest
Well,
of us.
I mean, you want to talk about your tropes. He is your magical
Magical
person of color. Yeah, well,
Magical Pershro.
magical Persian.
I probably come up with some racial slurs that I shouldn't be coming.
Yeah, probably not on tape. But so the Persian finds him dead, is able to send notice to Raul and Christine, who run off to be alone with their love. I believe that's a direct quote. And he makes a newspaper article, and they read it, and they're like, "Yay, we're free!" And she like comes back and drops off the ring. And that's the end.
Did he ever even leave the opera? Like, why would couldn't they just leave and like not worry about it? Like, what's he gonna do?
Just go on vacation.
He leaves the opera all the time in the book. Like, he travels around and follows her to other cities. When she goes to visit her father's grave, in the book is in another city, like a whole day away. And he's there all the time
That
singing
makes a lot
to her.
more sense. Because I'm like, why wouldn't you just leave?
He wears like a little fake face. And he like goes shopping, apparently. He buys them provisions for when she's staying in their water house.
Such a good provider.
House by the water. Not a house made out of water.
Like a hardcore.
No, water house.
He's like
He's
apparently
so talented.
magical. Yeah.
I'm
he wasn't a
looking, so
murderer.
she's 30
No.
now.
She's only
2005,
30
how old was
now?
she? How old was she in 2005? She was born in 1986.
Math is hard.
She's my brother's
20?
age, so she's 30.
How old was she? How was your brother in 2005?
Guys, this is like 10
What
years
is
ago. It's
wrong
not
with
that
us?
hard.
It's 11 years.
It's
minus-
not that hard.
She's
30
like
minus
20 years
11.
old.
Yeah.
19.
She's 19.
Okay, so
We got
alright,
it.
alright.
2016.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Edit out that whole part. Me?
We're gonna sound like
I went to
Our
art school,
intelligent
okay? I didn't
women.
think there'd be math on this podcast.
Painting
I did 2
major.
maths this week. I did 2 whole maths this week, and I was very good at them. I did a conversion today, and the computer checked it, and I was right.
Take that, technology.
Converting from, like, metrics per whatever.
Yeah,
Units
yeah.
per acre to acres. Whatever.
Nice.
Anyway, okay. See you later.
Wait,
Wait.
are we gonna rate it? Are we gonna... Goodness gracious. What are we rating it out of?
Roses?
Math.
Masks?
Ugly face.
Masks? Masquerade
states
masks?
of deformity?
Aw.
Level of creeps. Cellar creeps.
How many creeps are in your basement? What did you say? What was
I'm
something
gonna
that
rate
was
it
not
out of
weird?
masquerade masks.
I like
Because
masks.
they're pretty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rate it out of.
You don't even know.
I'll go last.
5 out of 5 masquerade masks.
For this movie or for the concept in general, The Phantom of the Opera?
The movie in all good stage productions of this
With the proper
entire
Meg.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
The correct Meg.
Well, even that I would give it 5 because
Everyone else carried her.
yeah.
Ouch!
Poor woman.
Gosh. Carly.
Yeah, definitely. I would say 5 out of 5. Phantom masks. So solid.
Oh, well, it's definitely 5 out of 5 stalker roses. Stalker roses.
It's a good rating system.
Phantom is like, I listen to this musical probably almost weekly still.
Yeah.
Usually every day I sing it. Especially if it's
At
a
work?
stairway. Yeah, at work with my coworkers.
Or whenever I miss my exit, I go like, "That's the point of no."
Oh, that's funny.
You can whip that out at any time, and it's
Yeah.
just it's comedy gold.
If you find yourself in a tiled stairway, I highly recommend Phantom of the Opera for your.
See, I would do a Gabrielle from High School Musical stairwell, personally. Gabrielle? What? Gabriella.
Mm.
No. We're gonna watch High School Musical.
Well, no, we tried that. We tried it.
We're gonna try it again.
No.
If you love Zac Efron, there's a musical. Actually, there's 2 musicals for that. Forgot Hairspray.
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 Well, and there's like 4 high school musicals.
There's
so.
3.
Too many. I fell asleep.
So I'm gonna rate it out of candles because didn't he have a lot of candles in his catacomb?
Oh,
He was
yeah.
on
That's a
it.
good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cause an upset and give it 2.5.
You won't even remember it.
Because I don't know what was going on. Oh my god. My approval rating.
You haven't even. You've watched it
You're
once.
0 out of 5
like
candles.
Listen, Phantom doesn't like him either.
you haven't even seen it
You don't
in this
even know.
decade.
I don't know why
you
you're
know.
here.
No.
All I can do is press the button.
I'll leave. I'll leave.
Parade of
It's happy
shade
my
over
life.
here.
Nobody likes High School Musical. Leave, whatever.
You can watch it. I'll watch
I
it.
just haven't seen it enough to give it a comp. I'm not
That's
just
real.
gonna bandwagon it.
Why
AKA
didn't
yourself
you
out of
watch
this.
it?
I forgot.
I brought the DVD.
You didn't give it
with
to me now, did you?
Could watch it right now.
went
I
to
told
sleep.
you about it earlier, and you
I
were like, "No,
forgot.
I'm not gonna watch it."
No, I
You
didn't.
could go
Yeah,
watch
you
it
did.
and re-record
I
your
didn't say
parts of this.
Yes.
I'm not going to.
I never watched Cats, so never mind.
I'll watch it. I'm not
weird
gonna
one.
re-record it, but I
Right?
will watch
Thank
it.
you.
Oh man,
That's
that
like our
suit's
favorite.
weird.
Jellicle cat. What did you call them, Michelle?
I always thought it was bellicose. Because I thought that's a real word. What is jellicoon? Jellicoon doesn't mean anything.
Jellicle means a tiny cat.
Jellicle cat?
Jellicle.
Is that what it?
A cat made of jello.
Yeah.
Jellicle
Bellicose is
cats.
like
Jellicle
a warlike
cats?
person.
I
And
don't
I'm
know
sure
that
for
cats.
us.
That just means they're small. There's a whole song that tells you what Jellicle cat means.
Oh man,
And there's Gumby cat.
so weird.
What?
All right, wait.
That's not.
Doesn't even have
As a last
plot.
thing, can I
Yeah.
do a
Yes,
quick
I got
synopsis
some.
of Phantom of the Opera 2?
Yes.
Unless you
Yeah.
want. I don't think you want. I don't think you want to do a whole
Forget about
podcast on
We
this.
can do a mini episode later if we
Oh.
ever find it on the internet.
Okay.
But go
Well,
ahead.
If you
Spread
like
that knowledge, girl.
if you like Phantom of the Opera fan fiction, there's a musical for that. It's called Phantom of the Opera 2. Love Never Dies.
Is it called 2?
It is called Phantom of the Opera 2.
Oh no.
Love Never Dies. Love Never Dies.
Exclamation point.
It's amazing. Exclamation point. I think I saw that one in London too because I'm very well traveled. It's cosmopolitan and whatever.
You're very cultured.
My mother loves the theater. So
I go to all the European countries.
tea for days. Anyway, so Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote it. The musical's great because it's
Did he
Andrew Lloyd
really?
Webber. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
not
he
based
was
on
like
anything
cray-cray.
in the world except
like,
for
I
his
really
little
wanna keep
fan
writing
fiction.
about it.
It
Yeah.
wasn't Craig, right?
I mean,
He's an inspired genius.
Yeah.
we'll find
Back
out.
off of Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Plot wise, not the
Whoa.
greatest. Musical, like I loved the music and stuff. It was really good. But basically, so it's like 10 years later, and Christine and her boo Ralph or whatever Raoul show up to like New Jersey, whatever the big
New Jersey?
boardwalk thing.
Probably the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, maybe something like that. It's on. It's like early 1900s. There's like a big carnival thing, and it's on the
Fair?
No, it's just
Coney
like
Island.
Coney Island. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm from California. I don't know what goes on
Why are you so
over there.
outraged?
Because they're from like Edwardian Paris. And
Yeah.
now they're showing up.
Yeah. No, because
on a boat.
okay.
Island.
No, so they show
What,
up
they eat a
because
hot dog?
she's a you want a hot dog? No, because so she's a famous opera singer at this point, but and she's been invited to sing here because this the what's it called, like
Grand Opera.
Phantasmagoria or something, and you're like, oh,
Phantasmagoria.
yeah, something Phantasma, and you're like, okay, clearly, I wonder who put this on, and I wonder Phantom, but I can't even come up with like new names. For
Not
stuff.
put on by the Phantom.
The artist formerly known as the Phantom of the Opera. No, so it is. So she gets invited to sing at it, and it's revealed that she only does this because they have like no money because Mr. Ralph like is like alcoholic and like gambles all the money away. Yeah, so Ralph.
Did not turn out.
Ralph. So this one he's Ralph.
Basically
He's
Ralph
Ralph's
now.
alter ego.
When he
He's a
goes to
jerk.
New York, he's Ralph.
No, so Ralph's the worst. And their marriage is not great, so they have no money, so she has to perform. And they have this like 10-year-old son. Anyway, so going around
Ralph
and event. What?
What's his name?
Ralph Jr. I don't remember.
Little Ralphie.
Little Ralphie. Probably Ralph Jr. I don't remember. Come Ralph Jr. So little son. Anyway, so it turns out Madame Geary and Meg are also at this thing, and they're helping the Phantom ride. So it's revealed early on in the musical the Phantom's behind the whole thing, and he's lured Christine here again, for round 2. Basically, stuff happens, there's a lot of singing, blah, 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 and then you see that her son is, like, really good at music. And like it's a musical genius, and I'm like, oh no, where is this going?
That's the
And
Phantom's.
It is then revealed plot twist that the day before Christine got married to Ralph, she decides to go back to the Phantom. Is like, hey boo, and they sleep together. Cause why not? And so this kid is actually the Phantom's
There's
son.
shocked faces all around.
Yes, like I said,
Jaws have
Phantom of the
dropped.
Opera fan fiction. So anyway, yeah,
Except
stuff
not.
happens. He has like a weird animatronic version of her for some reason. Again, he loves making,
Sex dolls.
you know,
Hello.
pretty much.
He
Like,
did
you know,
that
in the
in the
movie,
movie. Yeah, he had
So
that.
now
She
he's
wasn't
like,
animatronic. Like, he
it's
bumped it up a
weird
level.
stuff. Yeah, he did bump it up a level. Anyway, so then it turns out like Meg's really mad because like her mom's been like prostituting her out to help pay for the Phantom stuff. So Meg's just like angry. So she kidnaps their kid and is like crazy and is like threatening to. There's actually I read a Wikipedia article. I know it's just everyone just turns out terrible except the Phantom is somehow becomes a good guy even though he's not. And so
Fan fiction.
like yeah, I think
it's okay.
yes, so in the whole thing, Christine tries to save her son, and Meg accidentally shoots Christine, and Christine like dies in like the Phantom's arms or something. And Raoul's like watching this, and then basically it's like I'm the worst, and then the son's like, "Oh, the Phantom's my dad, so I actually like him better because we have sharing musical genius." And they like go off together, and the Phantom raises his son, and Christine dies, and Raoul's just sad and an alcoholic, and Meg's a murderer, and everything's terrible. It's like, what is this? But apparently, I was reading a Wikipedia article. I saw the first version, but he rewrote it a bit. Like, so the ending's slightly different.
Because people were angry.
I
Yeah.
guess. So
Did he
in one
rewrite the
version,
entire thing?
in one version, Meg threatened to kill the kid, and the second version, she was threatened to kill herself.
Oh.
That was the main.
That's really not a
difference.
big improvement.
Yeah,
No.
like that's it. And I'm like, okay.
I
Oh, and they
don't-
added a song or something.
Does she still accidentally kill Christine when she wanted
Yeah,
to
Christine,
kill
I think, dies both ways. So,
Sucks.
yeah. But it's like, Phantom's like, actually, I'm a good guy. Woo! You're like, no, you're not. You're the worst. Why would she sleep with you?
Andrew Lloyd Webber must have seen himself as the Phantom.
Yeah.
And
I
he
think
was
so.
like, I'm going to do a little self-insertion.
But he's just the nice guy. Why don't you want to be with him? Oh my gosh.
But he was like, he's
so
a
nice.
That's the thing I
You
appreciate about
have
the
to build
movie.
your voice.
It's she's like, bruh, I don't feel sorry for you. You're ugly,
Yeah,
but
you're a
really you're a
jerk.
terrible person. Like that's
You're
why I
not
don't
a
want to be
nice
with
guy.
you. You're a terrible person.
Mm-hmm. The tears I might have shed for
For your dark fate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn
Grow
cold.
and turn to tears of hate.
Yeah. They don't mess around.
Burn.
Mm-hmm.
So she says. Except she says it in a much higher pitch voice.
Yeah.
But anyway, original Phantom of the Opera, phenomenal. Second one,
Tears have
0 out of 5 candles, and the opera house is blown up. That's
negative.
negative.
Negative candles. What is it called again?
Phantom of the Opera 2, Love Never Dies.
Did
But
he
it does
use
die.
Roman numerals?
No,
Did he use a
no,
number?
it's,
No,
it's,
he used
he didn't
numeric.
even use not Roman numerals.
Why do you think? Why could he possibly
He
think
could have
that
done-
they would go to Coney Island?
I only hung up on that.
Flaming candles.
Straight up.
They are
fan
literally
fiction.
wearing corsets and bustles,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now
That's
they're
only
like,
100.
they're
It's
right
party in
away.
New York.
Gonna go get a waffle cone.
Time.
Gonna go get a waffle cone over here.
The Phantom probably
It's fine.
burned down New York
Props.
in that first fire.
Yeah, so
Probably
don't go
did.
see
Oh,
that.
that was Chicago.
Sorry, I spoiled it for you. The music is great though. If the song "Beautiful" is where the kid is singing, and at least the kid I saw was like really good.
Was it a little
Still
kid or
look
was
it
it
up.
a small lady like Peter Pan does?
Oh, it was actually a boy, like a
child.
10-year-old boy.
A boy child.
Boy child.
Nice.
Boy child.
A man cub.
If you will. Jungle Book's kind of a musical. We can
It
read
totally
that.
is. I mean, you have the
I
entire
love that
Disney
movie.
repertoire.
We're going to do Disney.
Oh, man.
We did watch Hercules and then we didn't talk about it.
No. Why would you
so
start with
good,
Hercules?
'cause
It's
it's the
not as good
best.
as the other ones. Mulan. Hello. Mulan.
Hercules is so great.
Let's
Meg
get
is
down to
Hercules.
business to defeat
Donny Osmond.
the
It's
Donny Osmond?
He does the singing voice for Shang. That is him singing that.
When I asked for sons,
You're the saddest bunch I ever met, and you can bet before we're through, Mister, I'll make a man out of you.
You're too Italian.
Time.
Gentle as
The
a
hunt.
forest. Or on fire. Within.
gentle as a forest.
We need to
Find your
figure out which
center.
verse we're on.
You are. It doesn't matter. Just jump in it.
It's a feeling in your heart.
You're unsuited for
the rage of war. So pack up, go home, you're through. How could I make a man out of you?
I'm never gonna catch Boy, life full in school for a cutting jam.
This guy's got skinny dick. I was said I knew how to swim.
Be a man.
You must be swift as the coursing river.
Be a man.
With all the force of a great typhoon.
Be a man.
With all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
I hope
Like a
people
Pink
don't
Floyd
hear
album.
us.
Yeah,
I hope that
every time. Bye. Also, toxic masculinity.
Bye.
Do you want to say bye to
Bye.
people?
Toxic masculinity.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks for
We love
listening.
you.
Bye everybody.
Farewell.
Bye.
Goodbye.
On Dada see.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.